Hello and welcome, guys. We are back. This is BNL action for the third season of the Basketball National League. We are back like we never left. It is exciting times in SA basketball. Start of the BNL League. We're going to have the NBA game later on, but we started it off really well. Let's have a look at the first fixtures from the first weekend. And looking there, on Friday, we started out with the Warriors going up against the Mountaineers. That was followed by the Panthers going up against the Pride. On Saturday, we had the Mountaineers starting it off in an exciting game against the Marlins. Then we had the Pride up against the Doozy Royals. A very highly anticipated matchup, with the Royals being one of the most important, most popular teams that we have in the league. And then we had the Mpumalanga Rhinos going up against the Panthers, and we rounded it off on Sunday with the Warriors and Magic. We had the Zebra going up against the Windbreakers, and then the Eagles up against the Mpumalanga Rhinos. Now, you know how it is when we're here at BNL Action. I'm not alone. I connect like chain links with my main men. I got Siyabonga Ngwegazi and I've got Nkolisi. Guys, what's going on?
Connecting like chain links. Okay, I got you. I'm new to the table right here, sitting in for Quentin. Oh, you're a regular.
Thanks very much. Thank you very much, Scoop. KP, it's been a great first weekend of basketball. You know, starting from Friday, looking at the Soweto Panthers really looking strong, coming out. The Western Cape Mountaineers, almost a new look team, missing key players, but they came in and played really strong. And then Saturday, the momentum continuing for the Mountaineers against the KwaZulu Marlins. We saw the Doozy Royals, much anticipated. They showed how strong they are. They showed that they are here to compete, and it was just great for everyone seeing Mohamed Tangara and being on the floor for the Doozy Royals, and the Soweto Panthers and the Mpumalanga Rhinos going on the last matchup of the day on Saturday evening.
Look, I'll be very honest. As far as the Doozy Royals are concerned, I was privy to information of them working out and assembling their team way before talks of the league and the dates have been set. And maybe when the pressure is there, the players and their level of game can elevate. But I was really not impressed with the Royals.
All right, guys, we'll get to the Royals a little bit later. Let's start off with the highlights from the Warriors and Mountaineers. That was the opening game in the BNL season.
Mapurisa showing things very early on that he means business in 2015. Vincent Tunja right there on the break, able to finish. We see him making his debut in the BNL in 2015, a veteran of the game, and the Mountaineers playing with a small lineup, and the only big player that they have, Stephen Gabriel, also anchoring the middle for them. Albert Makabe holding things down for the Free State Mountaineers, as well as Vusi Sithole. But we all agree that this team now belongs to Albert Makabe. The scoring is going to go through him. Vusi Sithole, it's just been great seeing how the game just comes easily to him. He knows how to score the basketball. He knows how to control the tempo. But the Mountaineers really took it to them on Friday evening.
Mountaineers played a really good game. Great to see Vincent Ndunja in particular coming back out. But you know, the Warriors, I think that they're a team that in the first half they're a totally different team than they look in the second half, and that is it's one of the things that has basically carried over from the previous season, and it's something that they really need to work on. I don't know whether it's fitness, I'm not sure whether it's a coaching a strategy problem, but this team shows two faces, like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde situation, as I had explained it. They really need to step up their game if they're going to have some sort of an impact in this BNL.
I think since this is week one, let's see the adjustments the coaches are going to make with their teams as we go along. You know, you have a very technical coach in Coach Craig Gilchrist, and I'm really wondering, he was quite frustrated yesterday against the Mountaineers that his team were not executing on the floor, and they were not and they were not running plays, and I know that he's taught them over and over, and this week in practice he's just going to be re-emphasizing that part right there about running the plays on the floor, defensive set, and offensive sets. That's how you are able to gain momentum and actually put some points on the board and get a win.
Definitely, guys. Now, game 2 was also an important game for us. I mean, the Panthers, we wanted to see how they were going to come out. Coaching change. Coach Katala is not with them anymore. He's now with the Duzi Royals.
Yes.
A different looking team altogether. We had the Panthers going up against the Pride. Let's have a look at those highlights. Look, I don't know what your take is, but for me, the Panthers really seem like they've lost a whole lot. I mean, for me, they've been bumped out of that top 4 teams in the league. I don't know what's your take on that, Mxolisi.
My take, KP, and I've had this whole weekend to think about it. They don't have any depth. If you take off any of the starters off the floor, who is coming off the bench? You know, we just saw Rodney Genga this afternoon really go against the Mpumalanga Rhinos, and he put up a good showing playing his game. But right there, the Panthers, they had some starters and they played really well with Mike Mukumbuta as well as LK4, Libesa Selepe. They were playing well. Selepe getting into the passing lane over there on that play and just really being a catalyst for the Panthers on offense. But this team, the Soweto Panthers, their offense and defense flows and goes through Mike Mukumbuta. He is the heart and soul, the machine of this team.
And in this game in particular, I mean, he came out really, really well. It seemed like he was still trying to get into his rhythm, but even with him trying to get into his rhythm, still playing at an all-star caliber, or all-star pace rather. You know, for a second there, this Panthers team did seem like they were going to run away with this victory, but the Pride kept on fighting back.
The Pride really stuck it to them. The thing about the Pride is that Jerry on the break with the dunk, the thing about the Pride is they have so many options, the point guard position, and you can't really sleep on any of those players.
We're missing the mid-range game, the screens, the bump, the given goals, the little 18-foot jump shots, the little backboard use, you know. We're missing a whole lot of that mid-range game. Everybody's just driving in there, and at least we should see the stats being excellent in terms of free throw shooting. But if you are driving trying to get these fouls and you're not knocking down the ones, what are you doing it for?
And I mean, when you come down, you know, if in a close game, those things are going to be very, very important. I mean, your free throw shooting. As a team, as a coach, I mean, that must be one of the things that you are emphasizing in practice. You can't come into the league shooting.
And that hurt Limpopo Pride. They missed a total of like 8 free throws. And if you think about it, if they had knocked those free throws down, they would have easily been in the lead and gotten that victory in that game.
Definitely. And that was it for that game. That was done for the Friday evening startup. However, we had more games on Saturday. Let's have a look. Our first round was between the Mountaineers and the Marlins.
This was a cracker of a game. Marlins started off great structure, great defense, and somewhere along the line they just lost it.
Well, the thing is, Scoop, don't ever let the first quarter guide your thinking and your opinions about how the game is going to pan out. The first quarter is probably the biggest illusion in basketball. The Marlins were up at one point by 18 to 20 points, but the Mountaineers stayed in the game. They stuck it to them. The Marlins still unable to shed old bad habits, and it just came to bite them at the end of that game. But Darren Holcomb scoring 16 points and really anchoring this team in the middle, as well as Ryan McPhee. And it was also unfortunate that Ayanda Shange picked up that injury on his first play. Tragic.
Very, very tragic. He was in street clothes in his first opening game for the BNL 2015 season. It was not a good look. Ryan McPhee, Darren Holcomb are really going to have to be the anchor inside. And right there, you can't just lose the ball and just expect your team to be defending for you. Craig was also talking to me about the fact that they decided to go younger with this Marlins team. And some way, somehow, when you see the type of mistakes that they make towards the end of the game or during the game, you kind of tell that they're kind of wet behind the ears.
Very wet behind the ears. The danger man there, Kyle McLean. He came out and had a great opening to this BNL season. I think he's going to fit in very well with this Mountaineers team. He's a star, and I think on this team he'll really get to be, to come out and show his explosiveness. You saw him shooting the ball. We know he does that very well with 5 3-point 3-point shots in his first game. One of the most exciting teams that we have in the league, the Duzi Royals, they had their game going up against the Limpopo Pride. Let's see how they started off the season.
Maranele outside for three. And the rebound chased down by Sitole. Tangara wants it in the low block. Spins. Watch out! Possession to the Royals. Maranele, he's in some space, all alone, open! Tabos Tole in the game. Controlling matters, that's one thing he can. Mantangara with the follow. Just to try and assert himself in the game. There's many other ways that he can assert himself in the game. Sitole rattles in the deep two, just as the shot clock expires.
Great defense by Kumalo. The Pride find themselves. Oh my goodness, great 3-point shot there, but great defense by Kumalo, forcing the shot clock. Just kind of wind this game down as we approach the 5-minute mark.
Shabalala, Sitole pulls up for three, got it! Just a little over 5 minutes to play. Massimini working. Koza wants the screen. Pokwani for three. Gets his own. Pokwani. Manene, he's got options. Mtalan is right there. Puts it up. And the finish over Pokwani.
It wasn't a great way for us to see what the Duzi Royals team has to offer for the season. All we do know though that it's high expectations. They need to get a championship. Otherwise, it's going to be a disappointing end to the season for them. We'll see how everything pans out for the rest of the season. We're going to go to a quick ad break. We'll be right back with more BNL action. And welcome back to BNL Action. It is our first episode of this brand new BNL season 2015. Now, in the highlights that we just saw, we saw the Duzi Royals going up against the Limpopo Pride. A Limpopo Pride team that I think is going to struggle throughout the season, guys. But let's start with you, Scoop. What is your first look, or first take rather, on this Duzi Royals team?
Looking at the Duzi Royals, like I said in the beginning of the show, they've had more than 4 months to practice together. They've got a star-studded lineup of everybody who has a high basketball IQ. Some of the things they were doing on the court and the way they were playing, I wasn't really impressed with. I am, however, impressed with their defense. They put the lock on that defense and the ball just pops out. They forced the Pride to 16 turnovers. So that was, 30 turnovers. They had 16 steals of those 30 turnovers, more than half. So excellent work on defense. And I remember the coach saying that he's a defensive-minded coach. All he wants the team to do is play well on defense, and the offense will take care of itself.
Definitely, and I think one of the anchors on that defensive side is Tangara. Their international that has been brought in, really had a strong game offensively. He really didn't need to do much, so we can't really fault him. But on the defensive front, really imposing his presence. So let's see how he's going to fit into this team going forward. Let's have a look at the following games highlights right now.
Nobo wants to work, puts Romano in the air, and an easy layup by Sfiso Nobo. Slepe with the steal, 2-on-1 break, to the Gude Katwe. LK4. All up. And only a 1 point difference between these two teams as this quarter winds down. The Gude Katwe on the break from Selepe down the floor. Prinsloo with the follow.
A bit dramatic.
Well, what Coach Andile Sope needs to do, KP, is really just get the best out of his players. Selepe on Ramakau drills the jumper. Selepe pull up once again. Kunga outside for three, got it! Well, Kunga makes it 2 of 2 from the line, and the Rhinos are pressing on the full court, and they need to make some adjustments on defense because Mukwena just got beaten by his own man.
Having a look now at Sunday's matchup, our first match was between the Free State Warriors and the Egoli Magic. It was our first look at this Egoli Magic team. A lot is expected of this team. Let's see how they did in their first game.
Sitole being picked up by Munibati. Drive inside. Makabe kicks it out to Sitole for 3. Great ball movement. And the 3. Makabe with the left hand drives inside, slices through defenders. That'll probably count. And 1. Fortunate for him that the Warriors retained the basketball on the offensive rebound. Makabe Aba on the outside for 3. Banks it in. Klaasen wants that ball back from Zibande. Festile, he's in the corner. He's open. No man's land. Got the 3. And it's all Magic right now. 15-point lead.
Defensively, he's going to give you your all.
Sitole. Pull up for 3. Got it. And that position on the floor. And getting the ball as well. Banda outside for 3.
Same tune, same dance, same result, but easy.
Dawood, short jump hook inside, doesn't go, hits the back iron. Klaasen. Makabe, Sitole, got
it. A bit out of control there. Goalie coming right back down with the flush. So next up we had the Northern Cape Zebras going up against the Eastern Cape Windbreakers. Let's see who got the W.
Williams. Low, puts up the running jumper, gets the bounce. Madigwa inside to the finger roll, doesn't get the bounce. Banda, his follow-up blocked. Chokochela down to low, Low's gonna go inside again. Mabusa outside for 3, got it! Chokochela, Maide, working, spinning, puts up the shot, over corner. To the basket, gets the 2. Terry looking to drive between defenders, doesn't go, drops it down the floor, count the basket and 1. Terry has got space inside, down the middle. An easy middle drive for Kakusha Terry.
The Zebras on the other hand, just really playing untidy basketball right now. Not playing defense, taking wayward shots.
Madiba for three. Doesn't go. Minor with the rebound. Corner right there in the passing lane with the steal. Madiba pulls up for three.
What a great matchup, and the following game was equally exciting as we had our first look at the Eagles going up against the Rhinos team that was looking to go 1-1 after losing a game against the Panthers. Let's see that on the screen.
The Rhinos, Eagles up 4. 7.5 minutes to play.
And there you see the speed of Lucky, and you see that finish as well. I mean, he is a very undersized player, but he has worked on his game, as you can see.
For a couple, I've been in contact with them, I've been talking with them. Kunga shoots an air ball.
Right on cue. Right on cue.
Glass whips it to Luate in the corner. Got it!
And that is what you're gonna get from Lucky.
Kunga puts it up high, doesn't go. Diving on the floor. Whom is there?
That's going to be a throwdown. That's going to be a throwdown. I told you, this man comes down and he throws it with the flush. Not afraid of the contact. Luckily, the defender did not jump. Otherwise, he would have ended up on the poster.
Sambo. Ramino. Doesn't go. Sambo with the offensive rebound. He'll try the three this time. Got the triple. The handoff to Maseko. Luate for three. Got it! Konese. And another three for Tutu Gama. Agitated on the sideline. Maseko take it all the way to the bucket. Count it! And one! And it's pretty much a wrap. Khatile Motisaesi for three at the buzzer.
We're gonna have a look at the fixtures now for next weekend. That's gonna be week 2 of the BNL. And guys, I'm equally excited. Next week we have the Warriors going up against the Tshwane Suns. It will be our first look at the Suns, followed by Marlins going up against the Magic. That should be a very good game. The Marlins trying to bounce back after a disappointing loss to the Mountaineers, who play on the following day against the Rhinos. Then we see the Suns again going up against the Marlins, and then we have Zebras going up against the Warriors. And before I even go to the next day, the Tshwane Suns and Marlins is also going to be a great game. On Sunday we see the Zebras going up against the Panthers, Magic and Mountaineers, and then we're going to see the Eagles. And that's the big one, guys. Team Africa going against Team World. It is the first NBA game that is going to be played on the continent. Exciting times for basketball, not just in South Africa but on the continent. And having a look now at more basketball, we have the Afro Basket 2015. It's the Women's Championships in Cameroon, and yes, South Africa will be represented there. Congratulations to the ladies of South Africa for making it to that tournament. That's going to start on the 24th of September right here on your World of Champions. And that's it, guys. That is it. That's the roundup. BNL action. That is week 1, our first episode. But we're back like we never left, man. And week 2 is going to be equally exciting. A lot of great games. We want you to come out here. Wembley Indoor Arena. I'm going to be with my main man, Nkolisi, Siabonga,
Scoop J.
There you have it, guys. We connect like chain links. We'll connect next week. We out.